Before I do anything, I just want to address the title of this video, okay? I've gotten a lot of requests to do a video like this from women in their 40s and up, but if you are younger than 40, this video is also for you. Sometimes, if you are not using the correct makeup techniques, makeup really can age you, as in it can emphasize texture, fine lines, wrinkles, all of that stuff. It doesn't matter what age you are, I think we all just want to look like the best versions of ourselves, and that is what this video is all about. This video is going to show you how to get a flattering skin finish. Your skin's going to look glowy, perfected, plump, all of that good stuff. There's nothing wrong with looking your age. I don't really subscribe to the whole anti-aging narrative that is very heavy in the beauty world. I've talked about this before, and I know it's a little bit controversial, but here on my channel, I do just want to encourage all of you to view yourselves as beautiful regardless of your age. And I honestly just love how makeup can make us feel more beautiful and more ourselves. And that's what this video is about. So let's get into it. This one step is like the #1 thing that I really think makes a huge difference in the skin just looking more youthful, plump, smooth. I swear by chemical exfoliators. These are the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Pads. These are safe for sensitive skin and they're made with glycolic and lactic acids, and these make my skin look so smooth. They make my makeup lay on top of my skin so well. My skin type is definitely kind of like dry, flaky skin, and so when I'm not using these, foundation can look so heavy on my face, and when I'm using a chemical exfoliant on a regular basis, I get so many compliments on my skin. Every single day I just take one of these radiance pads and I just rub it onto my skin until the pad is dry. I really focus it on any areas where I am super dry and have the most flaky skin and texture, and that for me is always on my forehead, a little bit on my nose, on my chin, and then I obviously swipe it on my cheeks as well. And what these do is they eat up your dead skin and they also just like tighten your pores, so I notice a huge difference in the texture on my skin. Honestly, this one product out of everything I talk about in this video makes the biggest difference in my skin just looking plump and smooth and poreless and like a mirror, honestly. It gives me like glass skin. I really do feel like what actually ages your makeup the most is dryness, irritation, texture, and tired looking skin underneath it. And honestly, half of looking more youthful with makeup is actually the prep. I've been really big into LED light therapy lately, and what that is basically is using different wavelengths of light to gently stimulate your skin at a deeper level, kind of like how salons use professional light treatments, but now you can actually do it at home. And if you actually think about it, it can actually easily save you hundreds, even over thousands of dollars a month compared to if you go for like regular clinic LED sessions. So lately, before I do my makeup, I've been using this Dreamy Corona LED mask for about 10 minutes while I'm doing stuff around the house, like answering emails, making some tea, getting my makeup together, whatever. And something that makes this mask really easy to use consistently is that it is fully wireless. There's no giant cord hanging off of it, no controller you have to carry around, nothing. You literally just put it on and go. It's also super soft and lightweight, which I really appreciate because it makes it way more comfy to wear. It has different light modes depending on your specific skin concern. So red light is overall really great for fine lines and wrinkles. Blue really helps calm breakouts. Green helps with sensitivity and redness. And yellow is amazing when my skin is looking dull and tired. My favorite mode is actually the combo restore mode because it kind of does everything at once. I've noticed my makeup sits way smoother when I use this consistently, so less dryness, less texture, less cakiness around fine lines. My skin just looks healthier under the makeup. And honestly, if your goal is makeup that looks youthful and glowy instead of heavy and textured, skincare prep matters way more than people think. I'll have this Dreamy Corona mask linked down below with my discount code if you guys want to check it out. Now we're just going to finish prepping the skin. I'm going to apply a little bit of my Ilia face base milk. And I actually really like to recommend this to my clients with more mature skin. This is so lightweight and hydrating. It's got really nice clean ingredients as well, so it is safe for sensitive skin. And I just genuinely love the way my makeup sits on top of this. But I do want a little bit more glow, and here's the thing. Sometimes with glowy products, they can actually age you and emphasize your texture. This glowy base product makes your skin look like glass. It doesn't emphasize texture whatsoever. This is the Say Glowy Super Gel, and I just like to take a little bit of this on my finger and I put it on my cheeks, forehead, everywhere that I want a little bit of a glow, which is basically my whole entire face. And then I just work that into my skin. I even put it underneath my eyes because it sits so well underneath the eyes and it just makes them look more like plump and hydrated. Trust me on this. I know it sounds weird, but don't knock it till you try it. And look at that glow. Look at my skin. This is no makeup. Already looks so good. If you just want a very simple like skin prep routine that makes your skin look glowy and plump and hydrated, you can stop here. But we're not stopping there. I recently discovered the Skin Tint Stick, which sounds kind of weird. I was a little bit hesitant at first to use this, but the results they speak for themselves. This is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Luminous Skin Tint Stick. And this is my issue with skin sticks. I usually find them so heavy and hard to blend. I'm gonna link all the shades I'm using down below, by the way. But watch this, you guys. Look at how this just melts into the skin. It is so lightweight. It does not emphasize any texture whatsoever. This is so hydrating and just gives the skin, again, that super plump, glowy look. It's not too glowy where it makes your skin look greasy, but it's glowy enough where it makes your skin look really just like plump, hydrated, and glassy. This is definitely one of my favorite launches from Bare Minerals in a while. But I do feel like Bare Minerals makes a lot of really nice products, especially for my more mature skin ladies. If you like something that's really easy to use, melts into the skin like butter, and has light coverage but still makes your skin look glowy and perfected, this is a product you should definitely try. When I want to go for more of a youthful look, I actually don't go crazy with the contour. I actually lean more towards a bronzer that just warms up the face while still giving us a little bit of dimension. I'm going in with the Dior Forever bronzing stick. You can use any cream bronzer that you have, but I've just been really loving this one. This is very buttery, and you don't want to go in too heavily with this. You just want to add a little bit, mostly on the cheekbone area and the outskirts of your forehead, just to look like you have a little bit of sun-kissed skin. And I'm taking my Refi dual-ended brush and I'm just tapping this into the skin. I love this brush for any cream products because you can blend it more precisely with the dense side. And then I like to just flip it over and use this fluffy side to just really airbrush it into my skin. And then after this step, you really can't tell where the product begins or ends. It just so flawlessly blends it out. The reason I don't go too crazy with the contour when I want to look more youthful is because honestly, our faces kind of lose collagen and fat naturally as we age. And sometimes over contouring can actually give you the opposite effect that you're looking for. It can actually make you look a little bit older sometimes. I love contour and I still do contour a lot, but when I want to look just really fresh, I find a bronzer is more so the play. Now for blush. Blush is so important when it comes to looking youthful and fresh. I like to go in with a glowy blush. This one is by House Labs. This is their Color Fuse Glassy Blush Balm in the shade Glassy Pomelo. And I just think this is the prettiest, most youthful color ever. This is so glowy and fresh looking on the cheek, and it's very forgiving to blend out. And for the same reason why I don't go crazy with the contour lifting, I'm focusing this on the apples of the cheeks because I actually want to make the cheeks look more plump than slimmed out here. I really do feel like this technique gives the appearance of a more youthful look. Sometimes harsh lines and just lifting too much, it doesn't give that very fresh look. It gives more of like a harder, more glamorous look, honestly, which is fine, but not what we're going for today. The cheeks are glowing and that blush looks so natural. It looks like it's coming from within. It doesn't look heavy like it's sitting on top of the skin, which is exactly what I'm going for. Another common step in our makeup routine that can really sort of age us is concealer because it's going on such a sensitive area. The under eye area, everybody has fine lines and wrinkles under their eyes, and concealer is naturally going to settle in there. We want to minimize that, and this little combo technique that I have is so good for not creasing. I'm first going in with the Armani Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Concealer, and this technique is everything. I'm applying this to the back of my hand. I am not going straight onto my face with this, and I'm actually gonna go in with more of a fluffy concealer brush. I will link the one I'm using down below, and I'm just gonna tap my brush into that concealer I applied to the back of my hand, and then I'm just gonna start by tapping that underneath the eyes. This fluffy brush is really going to apply that concealer in a way that is very diffused, dispersed. We are not going to over apply concealer like this. If you over apply concealer underneath your eyes, that is a sure way to get extra creasing in that area. If you are kind of in that 40s plus range, this technique is going to be for you, okay? It really just makes such a huge difference when it comes to creasing. You could even use a fluffy eyeshadow brush for this step, but my advice for you would be to work in very thin layers. You can always apply more, but it's very hard to take away after you've over applied. Flipping that brush around to a more dense concealer brush, I'm doing the same thing, pressing the concealer into the brush, and then just applying that in any areas where I need a little bit more coverage. Now, this concealer I actually really love for my more mature skin clients as well because it really doesn't crease very easily. It's surprisingly very good for that. You still get that glowy, not heavy looking finish underneath the eyes, but I would say you do get a solid medium coverage with this concealer to buildable. It is very light in texture and consistency. It is a little bit pricey, but I love this concealer. If you want to know some other concealers I recommend, I have a whole video about it. But look how fresh the base is looking. Under eyes still looks really light and airy. It's not too heavy. And the biggest thing about this concealer application, like I said earlier, is it's not going to crease later. At least not as much, in my opinion, as when you go straight in with the concealer, when you over apply concealer, or when you go in with something a little bit heavier. Now though is the time where you want to lock all this hard work into place. I'm going in with the Morphe Life Proof Continuous Setting Mist. I love this one because it's light, airy, feels good when you spray it on your face, it's affordable, and it locks your makeup in all day. If you struggle with makeup settling into your fine lines, you're really going to want to set your makeup in place with a setting spray. It's very important. And I like to kind of spray in a T shape and then an X shape to make sure I've got everything covered. Another huge culprit for your makeup sort of aging you is the powder that you use. I know it's really popular online to do the whole baking technique, but let me just tell you, that is not going to be flattering for a lot of people, especially those of you who struggle with fine lines and creasing underneath the eyes. The powder is just going to settle. It's going to make you look a little bit older. It's not going to be as flattering as this technique I'm about to show you. The formula we use here is very important. I'm going in with PatMcGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder in the shade Light. And I'm using this powder because it is very finely milled. This is a baked powder. This also gives a nice brightness. This is super, super lightweight under the eye. It's not going to be cakey or gummy. But pretty much you just want a powder that's very finely milled. I've picked that powder up on a detailed powder brush, just a very thin layer. Before I go in and powder, I'm just going to go over that area one more time with my concealer brush just to make sure there are no fine lines and wrinkles here. This is a huge hack. If you powder your under eyes when you have creasing, it's going to lock in that creasing all day long. So just make sure you smooth it out beforehand. And then once everything's all smooth, go in with that powder and just tap underneath the eyes. No baking, just a very thin layer of powder. And anywhere else you get creasing, I like to apply a little bit of powder here too. For me, that's around my mouth. And then I just do a little bit on any areas where I get oily. So a little on my nose and a little bit on my forehead. Nothing too crazy. I still want my skin to look very glowy and fresh, so I don't want to weigh it down with too much powder here. Now for the eyes, hear me out. I really feel like less is more. When I wear really heavy eye makeup, I do feel like I look a lot older than I am. So for today's look, I want to do a really easy and effortless eye look. I'm going into the Rare Beauty Essential Neutrals palette, and I'm going to use this brown shade here as my crease color. I'm picking that up on a MAC 217 brush and just really lightly dusting that onto my crease. I just want to add a little bit of definition to the eyes. And if you ever feel like you've applied too much eyeshadow or it's just not looking as seamless as you want it to, take a clean eyeshadow brush and just run it over everything. And this is really going to help you blend it out. I also like to take the tiniest bit of that crease color on a more tapered brush, and I just like to run it on my lower lash line. I just feel like this step really makes the eyes look complete. You can totally stop here if you really want a simple eyeshadow look. I'm actually going to go all over the lid with this bright matte shade because I really do feel like it makes the eyes look more bright, more awake, more fresh. I personally like to avoid shimmery shades, especially on my more mature skin clients, because sometimes shimmer can emphasize texture and things like that on the lids. But I will say these shadows in this Rare Beauty palette, they don't really do that. They're beautiful shadows. They look very lightweight on the lids. So if you want shimmer that's not going to emphasize texture, these are actually really nice. But I'm just dusting that matte shade all over my mobile lid. This eye look is super easy. Anyone at home can do this. I really just wanted this tutorial to be very easy to achieve and very flattering. This next step is so key in my opinion, curling your lashes. I'm going in with the Shiseido eyelash curler. I will link it down below. This is my favorite eyelash curler ever. It is so good. It just really gets in there and grabs all of your lashes. Like, look at that difference. This eye is so much more lifted and awake looking. By the way, you guys, I am wearing colored contacts in today's video. They're very natural. I love to play with colored contacts, but I'm a bit picky because I need them to be comfortable and I need them to look natural, especially in person. So I'm gonna link the ones I'm wearing down below. I really think heavy mascara can drag the eyes down and make them look so heavy. So this mascara is my tried and true when I want my lashes to look long, fluttery, not heavy. I'm going with the L'Oreal Paris Telescopic Mascara. What I really love about this mascara is that it doesn't clump. It makes the lashes look very, very long, and it doesn't actually smudge throughout the day either, which I know is a huge thing for a lot of you, especially my more mature women out there. Mascara smudging can be a huge, very very annoying problem. And for whatever reason, this one just does not do that with me. I love this mascara so, so much. I really do feel like this just gives me the most natural, flattering effect. And since the wand is so skinny, it's really easy to just do a little touch on your bottom lashes if you want to. I don't like to go too heavy on the bottom lashes because, again, for that same reason, it can kind of drag your eyes downwards and make them look a little heavy, and we obviously don't want that. To finish off the eyes, I've put a lot of women onto this little underrated trick, and they always love me for it. I'm going in with the Victoria Beckham Instant Brightening Waterline Pencil, and this makes the eyes look so much more awake, so much more big, whiter. The key is getting a neutral colored pencil, not a white colored pencil. And another thing people do is they line their whole waterline, but for me, what I find looks way more natural is just lining the centermost part of the waterline. Don't go all the way to your outer corners, just do like the inner third. I just feel like this looks way more natural. See the way that draws subtle attention to the eyes and just kind of makes everything look more complete? You guys are gonna love this trick. I already have some lip liner and lipstick on because it honestly doesn't really matter what you wear for your lip combo, but I'll let you in on what I'm wearing. I've got the Kylie Cosmetics Precision Pout Lip Liner in the shade Comes Naturally, and I actually really like the color of this one. I'm just gonna touch up my lip liner a little bit. This is like the perfect lip liner for overlining. The key here is, though, only overline in the center of your lips. Don't overline on the outer corners. It's gonna make your mouth look longer and kind of weird. You want your lips to just look more plump and taller. I know a lot of women in the 40+ range, or if you're just like me and you have really deep lip lines, it's kind of hard to find a good matte lipstick that doesn't absolutely suck the life out of your lips and make your lips look kind of dusty, crusty, emphasizing those lip lines. But this one by Laura Mercier, their Caviar Hydra Cream Lipstick, this one is in the shade Fifth Ave. This is so good. It is actually such a hydrating matte lipstick. And look at this color. It is just so beautiful for every day. And now watch this, you guys. It's gonna pull the entire look together. I'm using that same blush that we applied on our cheeks, on our lips, just right in the center. This one is a little bit glossy, so it's gonna give the lips a little bit of a sheen. And there you have it. I really feel like this makeup look is flattering on everyone, but especially for my women who are in their 40s and up. I see you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting my channel. If you like videos like this that are quick and easy and give you practical advice for how to deal with certain makeup issues, make sure to give this video a thumbs up so I know you want more, and subscribe if you haven't already. I have a ton of really great videos coming this year, educational videos, product reviews, all of that good stuff. If you tried any of the tips in today's video, let me know in the comments down below. This video is all about glowy skin, but my last video is actually all about matte skin and how to look really airbrushed. So if you haven't seen that already, it's up on the screen. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.